Hey guys, what's up? This is Jhoosier, and we are back with another Empyrion Galactic Survival Star Catalog. And hopefully, this is the last one I'll make of this using the spreadsheet because it's getting a bit unwieldy. And yeah, I don't plan in any more updates after this one, really. Today I want to talk about the multiplayer version that I have kind of compiled for you. There are a couple of reasons that I made this version, and one was that basically in multiplayer on a multiplayer server, you don't have access to the global.db file, which my single player uses. That's what this is. That uses the log extractor program and the app script to import those like POIs and that information from your single player game into this tool. Well, on multiplayer that doesn't really work. So you have to you need to enter things in manually, and there are a couple of workarounds and shortcuts and things, and I'll talk about those later. But it is kind of a chore, and I've been doing it, but you also get to kind of focus down on what you want, and you put down the important things. You don't have everything, so you're not going to have a billion wreckages in there, which is kind of what happens in the single player version. So anyway, also it's for people who are a little more privacy concerned. I know some people don't really want to download a like an exe file the internet for some reason, don't know why, and run it. And also some people don't want to give like the app script certain permissions because it does seem overbroad, what Google asks permission for, because it's basically like edit all of your spreadsheets potentially. So if you have stuff in there that's private and you don't want to, maybe a malicious person could have put up a bad app script or something and really mess things up for you. So this is for those people on multiplayer servers and people who don't want to deal with extra programs. So if you have any questions, first off, please go to the Discord, and you can join the Empyrion Galactic Survival role, and that'll give you access to talk to me and others about the Star Catalog. And that's where I'll be taking feedback. I won't be checking Reddit. I won't be checking YouTube comments very much. For this sort of stuff, to have a back and forth, it's better to have it in the Discord, I think, overall. Okay, on to the tool. So first off, there's a Google Forms here. Please disregard this sheet. It was for testing, and I still haven't really gotten rid of it. But if it's there and you see it, don't worry about it. I don't think it's really useful. I thought it might be an easier way to quickly input like stars and playfields and things that you find, but it's not. It's really, I find it kind of tedious. I'll be using that word a lot. Anyway, quickly, I'd like to say thank you very much to Stan Leahy for the Reforged Eden Traders spreadsheet, which my tool relies heavily upon. Without it, it wouldn't be nearly as useful or as interesting. So thank you very much. Yeah, so you can read, this is the welcome screen, and you can kind of read through some of the different points. There's acknowledgements. Thank you to TKC for pushing me to do this sort of thing. Redder Bleo, who's captain's log, pending captain log, will probably make this obsolete. Of course, Stan Leahy for making that. A lot of the formulae and things have been written using ChatGPT, because I don't really know how to do these sort of things. So, yeah. Anyway, so it doesn't draw from files, so you must enter info into the 3 different logs. So we have 3 logs here: star log, playfield log, and POI log. Those are the logs, and then the trade tool is the tool that you'll be using to kind of find what you want. So there are 3 real tools in this trade tool sheet. The first up is the Star Catalog. And that will tell you what's in a system, what's in a sector that you have entered, of course. It'll also tell you if you don't have any star systems selected, it'll display the systems by distance from your current location. And we'll talk about that. And then you choose a system to see playfields. and then you can select a playfield to get a better idea of what's there. Okay. Also, next up, there's a POI Finder. A POI Finder will let you locate any POI, like that means like a base, a ship, an asteroid, whatever you have entered in. And actually, it does include planetary ore deposits because you can enter those yourself. It will also show available traders if you have spelled it correctly. Please take note of that. It'll show available traders that there are and commodity info, like so what they sell, buy, and if they need any unlocks, any unlock requirements. It'll show those. And the third tool is the commodity finder. So you enter a commodity, what you want to buy or what you want to sell, and the tool will tell you what traders there are and like how much they'll buy it for, roughly, like the multiplier. Every item has a marketplace value. For example, steel plate is like 10 credits for one steel plate. And then it'll tell you, so if it's a 1.0, it'll sell it for 10, or sell or buy for 10 things. If they have it at 0.5, usually there's a range 0.5 to like 0.9 or something. So it'll sell it. They'll buy it for 5 to 9 credits for each steel plate, for example. So you look at that, and then the second number is how much, and we'll talk about those later. It'll tell you you enter a commodity, whether you want to buy or sell, and it'll tell you the closest POI and what traders deal in that commodity. Okay, so there's a list of possible bugs here. Some things that you can read through here. Let's go look at the tool. So here we are. First up, we have the Star Catalogue, as I said. And so the Star Catalogue, if you have it, you need to enter you should enter your current system. So we're going to say we're in the alpha system, the alpha starting system. And so what that tells us, this is a list of all the star systems that we have entered in the Star Catalogue currently. For example, Alpha is 0 because that's where we are. The next one is Chalonari, which is 13 light years away. That's what the distance is. Delta, Epsilon, Amumi, Lebanon, and so on, all the way out to the community planet of Shenzhen. So, by the way, this version that I'm drawing from is from the Broken Eden server. So you can access this one, and if you're in the Broken Eden chat. I have shared this various times, so you can go in here. This is you can actually edit these things yourself if you want to try to contribute to the community. Karek, I think is his name, has made a spreadsheet with a list of like traders and POIs and things, especially in these starting systems. And so I've gone through and kind of converted that to this format to make it easier to search through things for people. So so you enter your current system, and then you have the Star Catalog, and you say, where would you like to go? Well, let's say we want to go to Shenzhen. Okay, we put Shenzhen here, and for some reason it doesn't work until you actually choose one of the places. So if you choose Alala, so now it's fine. I don't know why that is, but it'll tell you the POIs there. So for example, none, no input. We don't have any that have been input into Alala sector, but in the community planet of Alala, we have these things. You see there's something there. So if we select it to go look further, you can see POIs in Alala, Big Market, Cave, Elder's Tomb, blah, 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 down to Village. And then it tells you what faction they are with. Okay? So that's how that works. We can also look at things like Delta. Yeah, so here, then we need to like delete it or something. So we can put in like Oskatoon. So we'll see it has these things here. So there's Oskatoon, the starting system in Delta for the Ocean Starter. It has a list of the things. This is Oskatoon's list. We might say we want to see like Pandora Moon. And it'll change it there. Mighty Rig, Mighty Station, both owned by Polaris. So and so on. And then if you want to back out of there and see everything again, you can go through there. Say we start off in Shenzhen. You see all these things, the distances change and the order changes depending on the like where they are in relation to you. So we'll talk about how that magic happens. All right, the next one, let's go to POI Finder. I don't know why Commodity Finder's up here, but yeah. So let's go to the POI Finder next. So POI Finder is for when you want to find a POI. So the drop down menu here will search for anything that you have entered in. Okay, so these will enter the things that you have entered in, but you can, of course, search for other things as well. So we don't have main trading hub. No, we don't have that. I don't think that exists. Main trade hub. Yeah, there we go. So main trade hub. So there's a POI called main trade hub. Trade hub, I think, owned by the colonists, and they have these are the things, the traders that they have. Please be careful because some POIs have the same name. So, for example, gas refinery. I found 2 gas refineries, both owned by Polaris. One had. Let's see what they have. Yeah, so this like one had cloud mining and station quartermaster. The other had like I think it was Mirabella and like power plant or something like that, or chemix and power plant. So you need to be careful what you have, and that's what these notes section is for. You can put notes in for what you found. Well, it looks like we haven't found any gas refineries. Let's look up. So we can go through the list of things here. Say we want to go trade with the Talon. We can go to a stilt village. And we see there's a stilt village in Oskatoon. Okay, so if you know a stilt village, has some traders there. I don't know why they don't have anything there, but yeah. That there's also things like the if you want to find abandoned depots, you can find one. Turns out there's one in Oskatoon in Delta System, and because we're in Shenzhen, it's 281.9 light years away. But if we change it to, for example, Alpha System, well, suddenly it gets a lot closer, 14. And it'll reorder these things depending on what you have as your current system. That's very important. Yeah. So let's look at some other ones. Where's one that has things that we need? There is a Chemix Industrial. Okay, so there's Chemix Industrial. So we're on Alpha. So we can see here we can go to Alpha 1 Moon 2, and we don't have to go very far. There's another one in Beta, but that's 20 light years away. So this can help you find what you want. So Chemix, this section will show you each of the traders, and it'll show what they are buying. Okay, so they'll buy aluminum powder, computers, fuel tanks, plastic tubes, tanks, whatever. And then they'll sell these things, chemicals, ethanol canisters, salt down there, that sort of stuff. And some traders, they require you to help them. So, for example, you go there and you find out that something happened and their factory's shut down, so they can't sell you anything, right? They won't trade with you. So you have to first complete the little selling quest thing. So this is a list of the things that the trader, if they have one, it'll tell you what they might require. So you can gather these items beforehand and go there. And yeah, so it can be very useful. Also, bring multiples of these, just so you know, because after you unlock them, you can also trade with them again, and they'll give you good value for buying these. They'll buy these for like a hefty markup, for like 4-5 times, maybe more. I think they do something like that. So yeah, so you can kind of look at this, so you can prep yourself, so you know what you need to get before you go there. Because I'm always getting somewhere, finding that I don't have things. I have to go back and forth. It's really it's boring. You can also look at, say you want to go to like a trade station. Well, there's a trade station Lambda. That's a very common one. We see a lot in Polaris, right? Yeah, Polaris. So we see there's one in Alpha 4 sector and one in Epsilon 4 sector. This will tell you the different ones. It doesn't tell you the unlocks. So yeah, be careful with that. But it will tell you the traders that are there and tell you what they're selling. So as you can see, once again, this is the multiplier. So anti-parasite pills, whatever the marketplace value, they'll sell it at 1 to 1.25 of the price. So there's a bit of markup, and they'll sell this many, 0 to 20, right? And then also you can see what they'll buy. So they'll buy these. So for example, anti-parasite pills, they sell for 1 to 1.25. Here they buy them for 0.5 to 0.75, and they'll buy anywhere from 10 to 100. So this can help you prepare, gather together. If you're going to like one place, you can get everything together that you want and go. Makes life a lot easier, I think. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this can help you find things. You can enter in different POIs if you want to put in like OPVs, patrol vessels, deposits, things like that. And then you can also leave notes for them. Okay, the last one I want to talk about is the commodity finder. So you go up here, choose commodity finder, and we have nothing here. This is just kind of garbage because we haven't chosen anything. Well, say we want to buy some, I don't know. Say we want to buy gold ore. Gold ore. Let's buy gold ore. Can we buy gold ore? Yes we can, I think. Yeah, so you can buy gold ore from these traders. So we have mining form in gold, mining form in sulfur, mine gold, I don't know what that is, and a metalsmith. Well, unfortunately we don't know any of those guys. Maybe we can buy some gold ingots then. What if we buy gold ingots? Well, again, we have oh, there we go. So there's archaeological, ferrous metal extractor, MA Corp advanced, MA Corp industrial, resources trader, and smeltery, like a quality smeltery. So you can see the things that you can get as far as that goes. Now, what if we want to sell? Well, let's change this up. There we go. So we can see here, if we have some gold ingots and we want to sell them, we can sell them to these different people. Ariake, dealer, factory luxury, wholesaler warehouse. And so if you want to get the best price, you can see factory luxury is the one to do. Do we have that? Factory luxury? No, we do not, which is too bad. So our options here, probably our best option is Ariake will buy them from us. We can sell them for 1 to 1.05 multiplier. I think they're worth 1,000, so they'll buy them for 1,000 to 1,050, I think. And they'll buy anywhere from 700 to 1,400. And it tells us where there's an Ariake technology on Epsilon 1 moon. Okay? Well, if we want to say we need to go there. Well, you can look up here without switching over. You can look up Ariake technology, and we can see they will sell these things. Okay, and they'll buy these things. Well, say we want to, what else could we do? Oh, if we have nitrogen bottles, well, we can sell those for a decent price as well. So you can kind of combine your shopping. Oh, but Ariake requires some unlocks. So in order to unlock it, we need to have we need to do one of these, provide one of these things. Well, for selling gold ingots, having 100 gold ingots would be good. But, maybe it's one of these other ones. So we better make sure that we are prepared before we go. All right. Okay, so that is that's kind of the commodity finder. You can also buy things as well. Want to buy gold ingots, things like that. It'll change things up. No, that's not right. Okay, yeah. So we don't see them here, but they do sell them there. So you can go through that as well. All right, so let's have a look at the logs real fast. So here's the star log. So we have star log, playfield log, POI log. And what this means is this allows us to kind of find the star, and this helps us determine the distance. So in here, you need to enter in kind of the locations. Okay, so let's first off look up. I need to bring up my other one. I enter this in. I think I did. Good. Okay, so here we have a star log. I've gone through and entered in some of the previous ones for Broken Eden, but you'll get a blank one, so you can start entering in things on your own. So what you want to do is you want to enter in the name. So the one we're going to be using is Hiranzu, which is a K-type star, and it is located at -3, -14, and 35. Okay, and then we can put in any notes. So you might say Xerax space, because this is in Xerax space. This is part of the event it is going on in the server. So we might put that down as well. Like, this is my task force's assignment. So we're supposed to go here and kill all the Xerax, ships and things. Yeah. So that's that. So that'll tell you where things are. Okay. So then we go back here and enter in the Star Catalog, and we can look up Hiranzu. And we don't have anything entered in here, but at least we know it's here. Okay. Yeah. So now let's enter in a few playfields. Let's go check it out. So let's bring this up. We have Hiranzu. There's these other ones, Koyezide. Okay, so now we go down here. We can enter in Koyezide, and Koyezide sector. Okay, all right. And then this one, we can just type H Hiranzu. And if you want to, you can have many sectors entered, and you can just drag them down. Okay, so for example, this is EAUUZ3 sector. EAUUZ3 sector. Okay, and then this one, Hiranzu. There we go. Easy peasy, as they say. All right, so. Yep. I'll have to shift that one back again. Okay, so we are in the. There we go. Okay, so here we are. EAUUZ3 sector. So we can enter in all of these if we want to. We have all these things too. So let's go back to the ships. Here we have a 2 OPVs, a Camerat, and a Sunet. Okay, so we go to POI log, and we can scroll down here, and we can say Camerat class battle carrier. Okay, and that's owned by the Xerax, but depends if you want to put this in or not. You absolutely do not have to. EA, there we go, that guy. All right, and then we can do Sunet class Corvette, also owned by the Xerax, OPV, EA, UZ sector. Okay. You can leave these out if you know, like Camerats and Sunets. If you know they're Xerax, you don't really need to do that to mess around with things. But you can always do that as you choose. Okay. So let's talk about some shortcuts. Okay, here is this is Power Toys. Okay, if you're not familiar with this is a series of like small tools for Windows, and some of them are really useful. I use Image Resizer, for example, for my YouTube thumbnails. I make them they're very large, and then I image resize them down to the size that YouTube will accept. as a thumbnail. You can do other things. There's fancy zones, which I like a lot. Fancy zones allows you to move things around. You hold down this key and it'll move things around in this way so that they are resized so you can have things next to each other. Yeah, pretty fancy zones. The one we're going to be using though today is the text extractor. Text extractor is, well, it does what it says on the tin. It is a convenient way to copy text from anywhere on the screen. So what you can do is use this shortcut. So it's which you can change, you can edit, but it's Windows Shift T, and then you highlight the text you want, and it'll copy it. And it should paste it. Sometimes it makes some mistakes, but it's usually pretty good. So let's do Windows Shift T, and we'll highlight this list of bases that are in EAUUZ3 sector. Okay, so now we've copied that. Let's go to here. Here's our catalog again, POI log, and we'll just hit paste. And look at that. We have all of them entered in. There are some mistakes here, so it does require some proofreading to make sure things are working properly, but it is a lot faster than having to type these in one by one. I use screenshots mostly because my Empyrion always is windowed, and when I alt tab out, it minimizes. So I actually have to remember what I'm trying to type, and it can get really messy and kind of troublesome to deal with. Anyway, so we can enter these Xerax if we want to. We don't have to, okay? But they're all in the same sector, so we can just pull that down, and there we are. Well, now let's look. Okay, so in this, I don't know why it gets really weird with this stuff. It's not too bad though. But yeah, so we don't have anything entered in Quasi sector, but in this one we have these things, and then you can see. Actually, let's try to look up. Try to change it a bit. Oof, it's got to do a lot of thinking. Okay, let's try this one again. Maybe we have different ones. Okay, H. Ranzu. Oh, that's weird. Okay, now we can have a look. Ah, there we go. It hadn't updated properly. So here we are. You can see that it has the POIs in this one sector are these. Okay, and it would tell us the faction if we had them. Yeah, so this can be an easy way to kind of find things and figure out where they are. So let's go to POI Finder. Say we are doing some hunting and we want to find a camerette. Well, we can just highlight that, and we see that it's there's one camerette. It is owned by the Xerax, of course. It's an OPV, and it is in EAUUZ3 sector. In the Hiranzu system, it's 195.74 light years from Alpha system. Okay, so this will help you to do all this kind of finding things, and you can use it as extensively or not as extensively as you like. For example, today I found a Xenuon carrier. I also found some Urtite, like some rich asteroids in the Wastelander space. What else did I find? I found some like a raider headquarters that I might want to do with TKC. So I'm bookmarking those away in like a private Star Catalog that I use for myself. So it kind of keeps things secret, close. Okay. All right, I hope that this helps you. I think that's it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, or you wanna take over the project, please, you can go to my Discord and join Empyrion Galactic Survival as the role, and that'll give you access to the Star Catalog Discord, and you can ask questions, leave feedback there. It'll be very helpful. I'll appreciate it. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.